What is going on? I'm Zedmon. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. We are going to jump into some warships. The HQ25 update is basically long behind us. I think there's already XP72s all over the place. Not sure that I've seen an XP73 yet, but that could be any day now. Waiting for that next update to drop. This one didn't bring a ton, unfortunately. It is kind of nice to have something to upgrade, but moving forwards, this is my warship. I am kind of in the doldrums right now, sitting in the Bermuda Triangle, just hanging out, fishing, drinking some form of rum. Just not really feeling the season right now, as you can tell by my low rank, low number of games played. This is my tech tree. This one, I did not use the Grenadiers. I did not get Bombardiers or Bullet. Don't have many of the boom cannons. My other account has like 27 boom cannons or something ridiculous like that. Never got critters. One thing, I just got the med kit. I'm moving to get that next troop damage, moving to get those 2 boom cannons. Not going to 7 engine rooms at this point. It's just too late in the season for me. Don't have enough keys. So gonna just hunker the heck down in 6. And like I said, don't have Bombardiers, don't have Bullet, do have max level Heavy Choppas and Rocket Choppas and Seekers and Heavies and Zookas though. So we're doing some silliness, something, just trying to mix up some troops. Seekers not doing overly well at the moment, need to mix in something with them, whether it be Bullet or Heavy Choppas, or can also go Heavy Choppa with some Rocket Choppas. Lots and lots of options. This base is ridiculously spread out, so I'm going to go back to Old Faithful, something like this. Actually, I'm going to go down to 2. Now, one note, Orion gave me grief. He said, what the heck are you doing? Why do you keep shocking Doom Cannons? Just BART them out. And sure enough, it's only 2 barrages to do so, so that is why I'm going to go something like that. Then we're going to send all of our heavies right out in front of our Seekers. They're hopefully going to clear all of those shock mines. Doesn't look like they're going to get that one, so we'll throw that right about there, and then we'll just keep moving those buses forwards. Moving buses forwards is far better than moving buses backwards. No annoying beeping sounds coming out here. And then we're just going to keep on cruising through all of this stuff. That person's flamethrowers are not max, so I'm not overly concerned with that. Probably should be using some gunboat energy there, but not doing it quite yet. Just getting all of our dudes out. This person was incredibly slow to attack, which is a little bit surprising. We're going to throw some smokes there, throw some smokes there. Waiting a second or 2 to get this next smoke out, simply because a bunch of our troops are going to hit those shock mines. Should not be a massive problem, but would have been nice to get all of our troops moving at the same sort of time. Pre-smoke in behind them, getting all of our what are those guys called? Seekers, not critters. I always call them critters for some reason, underneath that smoke as early as possible, missing the easy shock, and then cruising on in for the victory. So that base, very susceptible to Seekers. One quick note, I managed to... I was not stream sniping, I promise you, matched up against 2 YouTubers this weekend who were both live. Flint, Michigan, managed to take him down using combination. It was my first ever all Bombardier hit, and it was ridiculous. Not on this account, obviously, because this account does not have Bombardiers. Big shout out to Flint, Michigan. Managed to sneak in the victory against him, and also against Skull Crusher. Managed to take down Skull Crusher as well, using a Seeker hit. I guess he had never seen a base with shock launchers, so I managed to sneak out the victory on him as well. So big shout out to Skull Crusher and Flint, Michigan. Nice little tidbit. I love seeing names I recognize. If you ever match me, please do throw a comment in my channel. I don't upload 95% of my attacks, so you likely won't see your attack on my channel, but if you hit me up in the comments, I will let you know if it's going to be posted somewhere, somehow. The attack against Flint, Michigan and against Skull Crusher you can find on their channels, but I was not recording. I was just hanging out on my couch at that moment. So, if you have a whole bunch of keys saved up, all of the information that I've seen says that you should go get 7 engine rooms before you get shock launchers. that is if you have a whole bunch of keys. I know there are some people out there who are key hoarders, like dragons sitting on top of their pile of loot. But this season, I don't feel like that's the best solution. Typically, I have like 200 plus keys. This season, I have like 13 or something ridiculous like that. So in this instance, same thing. I'm going to need to. I really wish I had Everspark or a hero. Probably should have gone and gotten Bullet, but instead we are going to do one. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boom cannons this person has. That is where the critters from Everspark would be incredibly useful, or even Bullet's taunt for that matter. So a little bit nervous because this base is going to split the troops regardless of what we do. So you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. We're going to give the Heavy Choppa with the Rocket Choppa approach a go. I have done this attack a total of 1 time. I know that people are super, super hyped about it, but for me so far, I just have not felt the love from this. Feels awfully slow, and I feel like my base is not doing enough damage. This is an option, but we're going to give it a go. See if we can't just BART out a couple of these boom cannons. That way, and the reason why I'm doing the ones over to the side is I hate it when they pick off my outside Rocket Choppas. It just feels like my Rocket Choppas tend to spread out more than I would like, which means that the ones on the outsides get picked off by all sorts of stuff. So far, not bad. I probably should be using that barrage on an actual engine room instead of on nothing, but I think we're doing okay. So far, so good. We're cruising through this base at a fairly good rate. Not super duper stoked on just how slow this is. Like, I find that with Seekers, it's so involved and it's so right now, bang, bang, bang. And so as soon as I move to other troops, I feel like this lull in the attack. So maybe I just need to be spending a bit more GBE on flares and things like that. But overall, just Seekers, I love them, and I probably shouldn't, but they are everything that I like about warships, and there are some things I don't like, and we don't need to get too deep into that at the moment, but I'm hoping that we can get this last engine room down, just trying to show you that yes, indeed, this troop loadout is very, very viable, but whether or not it's for you, let me know if you enjoy using Heavy Choppas and Rocket Choppas. I definitely enjoy cruising over top of all of people's mines. I don't use them in an ideal fashion. If you have tips on how I can use my Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppas slightly better, please do let me know. They are definitely more interesting. Whoa, a little bit of a craziness there. Definitely more interesting than tanks. Not having to use tanks or grenadiers ever again this season has made me incredibly, incredibly happy. Next season has been leaked by Supercell that it's going to be called Heroes or Heroic or something along those lines. So really, really interested to see what the heck they're going to bring to us as far as, are we going to get Bullet and Brick for free at the start of the season? Really hope it's not going to be Everspark and Kavan again. Brick can be so much fun. Bullet as well. So have not seen the Season 27 tech tree, but when I do, I will show it to you as soon as I possibly can. 2 different troop combos there, and that is, I gotta say, one of the beautiful things about this season. This season is frustrating. There are all sorts of defenses and people without instant training. It's rough, but we've got Grenadiers, which are viable. We've got Zookas, we've got Heavies, we've got Heavy Choppas, Rocket Choppas, tanks. There are so many troop combinations that likely you can keep attacking and keep opening your chests using some ridiculous form of troops. I haven't seen Warriors used in a long time, but they were also viable early on. So lots and lots of troops. On these ones, I just want to explode out using, you know what, that's what I'm gonna try something a little bit stupid here. I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna stick with these troops, and I'm gonna hope that I can do something a little bit ridiculous, dropping my Rocket Choppas a little bit late. We're gonna barrage that boom cannon, or that's not a boom cannon, that's a doom cannon right there. And I am going to send all of my troops back into that back corner as soon as we get rid of this front engine room. It's going to be either amazing or terrible, and maybe somewhere in between. But the idea is awesome, and I love attacks like this. I've done this with Heavies and Zookas to a terrible, like, this has never gone well for me this season because my smoke is only level 1. But there is some form of option there, and I would love to see it work out at some point, but it just has not worked out for me quite yet. So now we're going to hope that our Heavy Choppas and our Heavies get out front, and then we're going to put all of our Rocket Choppas back in this corner, and then hopefully just clear all of this stuff around us using all of our GBE. That right-hand side boom cannon is going to be a bit of a problem. But look at this. It's kind of like the Anchor Heavy Zuka. Not super awesome on my part. I feel like this could have been executed way better. I probably should have let that one... There we go. It actually worked out. That right-hand side Heavy Choppa actually dying gives us more troops, which is fantastic. And now we just need to get over onto that engine room right there. Perfect. Here we go. Using a bit of an anchor corner, using some smoke with these troops. Anytime I can use smoke, I find that my attacks go a little bit better, and down goes... I mean, Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppa is a great combo, and I like the fact that we managed to use a little bit of smoke, a little bit of flares on that. Definitely need to use more flares and smokes, but kind of neat. Let me know if you're using this combo, if you're using Seekers. I like... You know what? Let's skip out. We've already beat Squiggles here. I like to mix in, let's show against Dean. Dean is a 7-engine room base, and I like to mix in a couple different troop combos here. So we're using Heavy Choppas, going and getting... Oh, that's Dean. It's Dean's attack, not mine. Sorry. Need to show my attack here. So using Seekers, you see how open up this ramp is. Using Seekers up that right side, getting rid of some shock mines, and then just keeping on cruising up the left with Heavy Choppas. And you see, I don't do a great job of shocking things on time because that is way back, but we managed to get 2 engine rooms, and we stay out of that corner, and anytime you can avoid going into a corner just makes your attacks go a little bit smoother. So there is 3 or 4 battles, something along those lines. Quick wins. Only down at rank 17, like I said, not playing a ton and not really loving this season at the moment, but it's... I just feel like I need to actually sit down and have some time, but with school starting for my kids and work and sports and all that sort of stuff, it just hasn't happened. So if you're using a troop combo, if you have some troop combo that I use that you can give some suggestions on, please do let me know. But overall, generally speaking, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of choices in the tech tree, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Just under 6 days left. Do consider throwing code ZMOT in your box over there. As you can see, I forgot to put it in. It expires every 7 days, which is slightly ridiculous. Anyways, that is all for me. As always, thank you for coming in. Hit me up in the comments. Hopefully doing another prize draw sometime soon. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZMOT. Peace.